Alright folks, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Good to see you, it always is. Quarter final time for us today. It's most definitely game on. Over in the Monte Carlo Masters, we've got four of the best that we're going to touch on today. We'll do that very shortly. Before we do, like the video, get yourself subscribed to the channel if you're not. I'd appreciate it if you did. Well over 850 now. Very happy with that. Making a very strong march towards 900. We'll be there sooner than later, I'm sure of that. Get yourself involved. I'd love to have you. If you want to support the channel, there's a link in the description and the pinned comment, along with the pics and the timestamps and pretty much everything else. First things first. I was gutted Jack Draper couldn't get that done today. I was gutted he struggled so bad against Davidovich Fokina. I mean, you can't take nothing away from the Spaniard. I thought he played really well in parts. Same for Casper Ruud as well. No dice on the double for me, but it weren't all that bad. Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. Dimitrov squad. Anyone take him? I had a better price for Dimitrov to beat Sabilo than what I did for the double, so 1-1 today. By the time this video comes out, it'll be Friday morning. I think that's the first loss. I'm not too sure. I can't remember. I'll go back and check. That might be the first loss for me personally this week, so you know me, I can most definitely live with that. No damage done. Let me know, did you win? Did you lose? Did you come close? Get involved. Share with the group. Don't be shy. Very well then. Very well. First off for us today, in the quarters we've got Davidovich Fokina, Alexei Popyrin. Never played each other before. What's going to happen in this one? What is going to happen in this one? I'm a lot more surprised that Popyrin is still in the tournament as opposed to Davidovich Fokina. Although I did think Jack Draper was going to beat him, and you have to admit there did come a time in that match where it was looking very much like so. Great stuff. Like I said, can't take anything away from him. That backhand was on point. He kept running him into that corner. Did you see it? Every time he kept putting it into the corner. He played really well. He's been decent all week. Played a good one against Shelton. Played a good against Echeverry. And then managed to hold his nerve against Jack Draper. You know, we've seen Davidovich Fokina in that spot a few times before. Just shit the bed. So, well done to him. Gotta say well done to Alexei Popyrin as well. I didn't think he was going to get past Casper Ruud. Now, I just finished a night shift. I watched all the Draper game. I couldn't stay up for the rest of that Casper Ruud game, so I don't really know how either of them looked, apart from the footage that I've seen. You know, just looking at it for what it is, I can't see Alexei Popyrin beating Davidovich Fokina on the clay. If he's going to play just how he played against Jack Draper, I think it's safe to assume he probably gets this one done against Alexei Popyrin. And look, Popyrin's been good as well. It's just because he's been so out of form all season. I'm a bit reluctant to admit it, really, but you'd say Davidovich Fokina's probably more of an accomplished player. You know, I know he's won this tournament a few years ago, 2022, but he has been fucked off in the first round last year and the year before, so, you know, I'm not too sure. 17-8 on the year, 3-0 on the clay. See, Popyrin, like, it seems like Popyrin's season has most definitely got to a start over on the clay as well, 3-0. We've seen much more out of him the past 3 games than what we have all season. Decent wins as well, you know, Humbert, Francis Tiafoe, Casper Ruud. Now, it's nothing personal, no offence, but there is no fucking way. Maybe Francis Tiafoe, but maybe not. I mean, coming into this tournament, you wouldn't have said Alexei Popyrin would get past any of these. Although, there's always a chance. I know Humbert's not the best clay player, same with Big Foe, but realistically, facing any of them this season, you thought he'd have been gone in the first round, but he's not. So maybe he's playing a lot better than what I'm giving him credit for. I don't know, this could be an over, It could be an over. Davidovich Fokina, it would be just like him to put in a performance like that against Jack Draper and then just shit the bed against Alexei Popyrin. You know it's true. You know it's true. I don't want to be blinded by what I've seen today because Jack Draper looked like he was really struggling. Really struggling. And Davidovich Fokina barely got past a really struggling Jack Draper. So he is 1.5 on the decimal. He probably does get this one done. You'd imagine he does, but I don't think I'm brave enough to touch that one today. So we'll move on to ATP. Carlos Alcaraz. This will be a banger, this one, This will be so fucking good. Getting Carlos Alcaraz is a massive favourite here, and I mean a massive favourite, around 1.2, is that? It varies, around 1.2 to 1. I'd call it 1.3 in the majority of places. What do you want me to say about Alcaraz? We already mentioned how good he was against Cerundolo. Just bullied him, didn't he? Just bullied him in that second and third set. And it was a fairly routine win today against Daniel Altmaier. I mean, we expected nothing less. I expected nothing less from this one. 6-3, 6-1. Easy as you like. Easy as you like. Carlos Alcaraz most definitely reminding everyone who's the favourite to win this title. But ATP though, man. How about that ATP, folks? Solid against Greek Sport, solid against Flavio Cobolli. A lot of people wrote this guy off today. A lot of people had written ATP off against Rublev because we know Rublev does tend to play really good over in Monte-Carlo, but how the odds were that close? What were the odds on that? Was ATP just a slight favourite or was he a slight dog? Can anyone remember? I'll check now. He was a slight dog. Andrei Rublev was the dog. Okay. Only just over evens, 2.05. Now, I don't know, in hindsight, it's very easy to say that looked very, very disrespectful. Can't help but feel like Artifice took a little bit of offence to that 6-2, 6-3. How about that? Just smacked them up, didn't he? He's been playing so good. And like we said the other day, that is now back to back quarterfinals in the Masters over on the ATP Tour for Artifice. Fucking beautiful. Fantastic. Love that. And I tell you what else I love, folks, as well. He is coming up against Carlos Alcaraz now. I have got Artifice on an outright. It's only him and Tsitsipas left to get it through for me now. So, the fate of my tournament lies in the hands of them. Do I think Artifice beats Carlos Alcaraz? He most definitely can. We live in a world where anything is possible, especially in this sport. Artifice could most definitely pull off the upset against Carlos Alcaraz today. Do I think he will? Probably not. Probably not. You've just got to go off what you know. It's very, very hard. It's a big ask to get it done against Alcaraz, especially when he's playing like this. But I love this spread, That spread's 4.5. It's 4.5. Now, Alcaraz would have done that against Cerundolo. He would have done it again against Daniel Altmaier. Like I always say, big spreads are for dogs unless you're dealing with Alcaraz or Sinner. They're more than capable of covering that, even in a best of three. I think Artifice has got a very good chance of covering that 4.5. Call it around 1.7. I think it's just over 1.7, something like that. I like it, He could probably take a set. Wouldn't put it past him to take a set. Whether you want to admit it or not, folks, but statistically, Artifice has been operating at a slightly higher level than Carlos Alcaraz. I know it sounds weird to say, doesn't it? Because you look at the results and you go, how is that possible? But if you just check out the numbers, if you just check out the percentages on what matters, whether that means anything on the day or not will remain to be seen, but there's nothing to suggest Artifice is just going to get fucking beasted by Carlos Alcaraz. It'd be easy to assume that Alcaraz is just going to walk this one Like, you think that about pretty much every game Alcaraz plays. But I don't know. Cerundolo took a set off from Daniel Altmaier, never stood a chance. Artifice is playing 10 times better than the pair of those. 10 times better. Ultimately, I think he loses. I'd love him to win. I want him to win. I'm all for Artifice today, by the way. That 60-1 is most definitely turned me into an Artifice fan for this one. I don't know. I just don't know. I keep looking at that plus the 4.5 games for Artifice, and I just can't look away from it. It's very, very tempting. It is. I would much rather take Fils plus the points than Alcaraz minus the points. That's just my opinion. I don't think these have ever played each other before. No, not a lot to go off. 17-4 on the season for Alcaraz, 14-6 for Artifice. He's been playing good, man. He's been playing good, and he's got some proper decent wins as well. Solid wins so far this season. I'm going with Artifice, fuck it. Why not? I'm just going to bite the bullet today. I'm going to take Artifice on the points. I think if it's pinned, it's pinned. If it's not, it's not. There's not a lot more we can say about that one, really, is there? Not a lot more that we could say. I'm just going to take the points with Artifice and just pray that we're in for a banger. Ideally, I'd like Artifice to win, but I'll be very, very, very disappointed if Alcaraz comes out and just beats him like 6-2, 6-1. I can't see it personally. I think Artifice should be able to hang in there enough. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It's a big spread. It's a big spread. But we'll move on to Lorenzo Musetti, Stefanos Tsitsipas. Head-to-head's 5-0. Is that 5-0? 4-0? Musetti's never beat Stefanos Tsitsipas. 4 of them have come on the clay as well. Haven't played each other since 2023. Rome, Barcelona, then French Open, Lyon. Yeah, you get me point. Thought Tsitsipas looked really good against Nuno Borges, but how much Nuno Borges had left in the tank after that very, very long match with Pedro Martinez, is very questionable. Tsitsipas looked good against Jordan Thompson too, even though he looked a bit shit in that first set. Now I thought Musetti looked really, really good against Berrettini. Really good. A lot of people were very certain he was going to win that one. Well done if you took Musetti today. He didn't. He looked alright against Boo. Like I said, he's had to mount a comeback in his first 2 games. One against Boo, one against Lehechka, and then he just drilled Berrettini in straight sets. I did not see that one coming, to be honest. 6-3, 6-3. Fantastic. He's playing really good. Say Tsitsipas is just doing pretty much what I expected him to do, but I can't help but be impressed with Lorenzo Musetti. I do. Now, if history is anything to go off, you'd probably say he's probably not going to win. I'd say 4 or 5 times, depending. I think it's 5 times. Keeps fucking up. Acapulco, Lyon, French Open, Barcelona, Rome. Yeah, 5 times. You'd probably say, oh, well, what difference is a 6 going to make? We get these head-to-heads on the tour every now and then where it just seems like someone said it perfectly in the comments the other day. Some people just have other guys' numbers, don't they? They just do. This could very well be one of them spots we will definitely see today. I'm getting Tsitsipas at 1.6 here, and I like it. It's a decent price, it really is. Solid parlay piece. If you can get something small with that, you should be able to get yourself plus money, I'd have thought. Oh, Musetti just keeps doing it, though. He just keeps doing it. I think the conditions suit the pair of these. Suit both of them. Both of them have got that one-hander as well, haven't you? So, who holds the advantage there? Tsitsipas, maybe? I'd say so. This is probably one of the only, if not the only tournament out of the calendar where we can really, really trust that backhander Tsitsipas on this slow court. But Musetti's got a good one too, Musetti's got a good one. who's going to be able to get it off. That'll be a crucial factor, it will. Similar to the Richard Gasquet and Daniel Altmaier match. Both of them were just whipping backhanders at each other. Gasquet was just a lot stronger. And although Daniel Altmaier got the win in the end, he really did struggle with that. I wouldn't be surprised to see Tsitsipas struggle against Musetti. If he dropped a set to Jordan Thompson, okay, that may just be complacency, but it may not. I think Musetti's more than capable of taking on 2.4. Not a bad price. Not a bad price. Not a bad dog shout. It's really not. Now, ideally, I'd like Tsitsipas to win for the sake of the outright, but I wouldn't be picking him today with much conviction. Musetti, as we've seen all week, most definitely has that crowd over here in Monaco. I fear if it starts, going the way of Musetti and things aren't exactly going how Tsitsipas wants it to go, I fear he may just start getting in his own head. Now, we haven't seen him do it for a while, but this could definitely be one of them spots. This could be a meltdown spot for either one. I don't know. You can't really account for that, can you? What are we doing here? Maybe an over? Musetti for a set? Either one for a set? I don't know. If you think either one for a set, then I suppose you should just go with the over, right? I don't know. We'll see. We'll wait and see with that one. If you've got anything, please do let me know. And then where's this last one? It's not here. Oh, it's not here. There's no odds for it just yet, but it doesn't really matter because it's Dimitrov and Minaur, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. 4-2 to Minaur on the head-to-head. Don't know what the odds are going to be in this one. I imagine Minaur is going to be not a massive favourite. I expect roughly around, I don't know, Tsitsipas and Musetti odds. To be honest with you, I imagine around 1.6. 1.6. I don't think he'll get 1.7 for Minaur, not in this spot. I'll tell you why. I do agree with him being the favourite, regardless of the price. He looked fantastic against Medvedev. He looked so good. Medvedev looked like he was just stuck in the fucking mud, didn't he? Couldn't do nothing against them. And he looked really good in his last game as well. Who did he play? Who did Minaur play the other day? This is fucked. I don't know why this hasn't come up. I don't know. We played Thomas Mahac. It was. Yeah, he looked fantastic coming back against Thomas Mahac too. Very, very grateful for Grigor Dimitrov getting the win for me today. Dimitrov squad. Anything but easy. Anything but easy against Tabilo. And with that being said, he struggled a little bit against the home wildcard. The game before, Valentin Vachereau, did he not? I don't know, man, 2 long games. Back-to-back games, going 3 sets for Dimitrov. That's the last thing he needs at this point in the tournament, and especially coming up against Alex de Minaur. This head-to-head speaks volumes to me. It really is just a contrast of styles. Dimitrov, I mean, the deeper he gets into these tournaments, the longer he spends on the court. I don't exactly see him improving in the next. De Minaur, as I say, every time he plays, has just got energy for days. He's got bags and bags of it. 3 bags full, sir. I wouldn't be surprised if he makes this number 5. I wouldn't. If you're gonna run round the court and just smoke Medvedev like that, I think you've got a very, very good chance at getting at Dimitrov tomorrow. If Dimitrov starts off slow, I feel like the demon will just jump all over him. Like I say, Dimitrov, at his age, can move really, really good. He can navigate that court really well for someone in his 30s, but I think de Minaur is probably the most nimble, probably the most athletic that we've got on the tour. I really do. You don't really see him get tired. I think he should have this one in the bag. As much as it's killing me to say it, I'd love Dimitrov to win this, but I feel like, well, we've seen this one a few times, and I feel like we know the story, don't we? We know the story. Especially in today, it's gotta be the demon, hasn't it? It's gotta be Alex de Minaur there. Could he get this one done in straight? Possibly. possibly. I say he absolutely demolished, absolutely fucked Medvedev up. I just think he's been playing better. I think he's been playing more solid and just a better game. And although I don't want to admit it, I feel like I have to. I think Dimitrov will just be too much for our Grigor Dimitrov tomorrow. So I would be looking at taking the Demon either way I could get him. Very well, folks, that's going to do us for tonight. Appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate you taking the time to come and chill for a little bit. It means a lot to me. Take it easy, yeah. You take care of yourselves. You take care of one another. Like and subscribe. And all that stuff. Get yourself involved. Best bets, whatnot, in the comments. Doesn't matter what sport. As long as it's not fucking rugby or cricket. Yeah. I watch pretty much everything else. That's going to do us. I'll be saying good night to you. Enjoy the quarterfinals. Let's go get that cash again today. Best of luck to you, and I'll see you tomorrow.